Hey, welcome to my home. It's Friday night, it's steak night. So we're going to cook some steaks. I'm going to show you how I do it. It's kind of steak 101. For some of you, maybe a lot of you, this will be, not any new information, but I get a lot of questions about how much rub to add to a steak to get that crust from the carne crosta. So I thought it'd be a good opportunity to just kind of show everyone how I do it here at home, and then you can kind of gauge how you'd like to do it on yours. So real quick, I always start with olive oil, good extra virgin olive oil, just a little bit on each steak, on the surface of each steak. And this helps the rub stick. It also helps add flavor, because when the olive oil hits that high heat sear, it burns a little bit and it releases this nice nutty flavor. And I'm not putting a lot on there, just enough to kind of make the sides glisten, okay? If there's too much on there, I push it off the sides so it doesn't pool. I don't want it pooling on there, just enough to kind of make the sides glisten. All right, carne crosta right here. Find the male side of the zipper. Just gonna go like this, pour it right over. Shake it out. You just want to barely hide the grain of the meat. It's about how much I like on my steaks. If you get a little bit too much, that's all right. A lot of it falls off when it cooks. So having a little bit too much is always better than having not enough. Doesn't have to be perfect. All right. It starts settling in the bag. Just give the bag a little shake backwards. It'll come right back out nice. All right, got a couple lumps there. I'm just going to knock them down. Got the dirty hand, clean hand thing going on here, so we don't have to change gloves all the time. Okay, so once it's stuck, which it's pretty much stuck, you don't want to rub it in really. Just kind of make sure it's stuck, and then just real carefully flip it over in place. So if anything falls off, it'll fall right where it's going, so it'll stick right back. Just like that. Could be seasoning both sides of the steak here at the Oakridge house. All right, more olive oil. Okay, even it out. Put some rub on there. Now if you wanted to go the extra mile, you could roll the sides of the steak, the short sides, in the olive oil and rub, and that's really good that way. I'm just not going to that extreme tonight. Alright, and that's basically, a little bit more on that one. Basically how it goes. Come on over here, Emmy, and get a little close-up of that. Let's show the folks. So that's about how they look here at my house when I do them. If there's any kind of open spots, I'll touch them up. That's basically it. So we'll let them set up. You can either put them back in the refrigerator or leave them out. There's really no wrong way. I usually put them back in the refrigerator because I like them cold when they go on the grill, so I can get a good hard sear without them overcooking in the middle. So, all right, we'll talk a little bit about fire next. All right, so let's talk a little bit about grills. The best steak grill I've ever owned is this one right here. It's a 26-inch Weber kettle grill. A little bit bigger than the 22.5. Makes a big difference. You can get just that much more food on it, and actually it drafts a lot better than the 22.5. Just overall works a lot better. I know it's a little bit more expensive, but it's worth it. It really is worth the extra money. I like how the lid has a spot to hold it, and there it tilts to the back. It's real handy because it's a pretty heavy lid. All right, my steak grilling protocol. I like to use a mixture of lump charcoal and briquettes. So I got about a half a chimney of briquettes started in there right now. And for the briquettes, we've got Royal Oak briquettes. And then for the lump, I'll either use Royal Oak lump, which I'm out of, or my second favorite, or maybe it's a tie between the two, Rockwood. Both of them are made in Missouri, using Missouri hardwoods. As far as I'm concerned, that's the best. I like it. It works really well. So Rockwood and Royal Oak are my two choices. And so what we're going to do is we're going to get this little half chimney of briquettes lit, and then we're going to dump them out in a pile in the middle, and then I'm going to spread them out. Yeah, I'll spread them out, and then I'll put a few more briquettes around on them, and then maybe about another half a chimney of unlit lump, and let it light. And then once it's good and lit but not all turned white, it's time to grill. I like to cook over wood charcoal that is about halfway lit, so you get a good amount of wood smoke from it, versus letting it go to all white where it's nothing but just pure heat. I like that halfway between. So I like to have some coals that are already all white and glowing red, and I like to have other coals that are sort of in a transition phase that are still have a good amount of raw wood with them, so you get a good amount of smoke, or flavor, not too much smoke but flavor, and then a good amount of heat from the lump and the briquettes that are fully underway. Other things, never spatula for steaks. See that? If I can put that guy right there, that is my do-it-all set of power tongs. They're freaking fantastic. Heavy duty stainless steel. They do everything from lit coals to pieces of wood to steaks and everything but burgers, or anything that would fall apart like fish or burgers. That's about the only two things I use a spatula for on the grill. Everything else is those tongs right there. Grab it by a corner, flip it over. You get a lot, you don't lose any rub or bark because you're not scraping it off with a spatula, and allows you to really kind of place the meat right where you want it. And also you can kind of tug up on a corner and see if it's ready to release yet. So those are my favorite big heavy duty tongs for just about everything. That's basically it. Just I suppose the big trick here is maybe the grill, 26-inch kettle grill. I really like it. Makes a big difference. And then second thing being about 50% of the charcoal being about halfway lit whenever you're cooking. So then you get a good amount of that transition phase smoke coming out of it, which is the good stuff, and makes it taste good. Those are my hacks. Pretty much. Oh, the lid. That's the other thing. That lid right back there. That's probably the most important part of that grill. So I use it as my throttle. I always grill with all vents open, bottom vents wide open and top vents wide open, and I control the temperature with the lid. So lid on, temperature goes down. Lid off, temperature goes up. Lid halfway off, you can kind of control it. You really got to watch it because you can get out of control real quick. Even if you just crack the lid, it'll allow that much more airflow and will really get it going. You can burn stuff up really quick. But that lid back there is probably the number one out of everything. The number one tool I use to grill on this Weber kettle. Same thing with a smaller one. The lid is very important. So always use the lid. Also it helps concentrate the flavors too. So holds the smoke in, holds all of that goodness in there, and will infuse it into your food. So another positive. But that's it. And we're going to cook some steaks here in a little bit. We're losing light, so I don't think I'm going to be able to do too much from the cooking process. But just wanted to get this kind of recorded for you guys, so at least you can see what I do. Right, wrong, or indifferent, this is how I do it. So appreciate it, and we'll talk to you guys later.